Welcome back to another episode of the Pencil Pushers Project. If this is your first time listening to our podcast, we primarily discuss music, current events, TV, movies, sports, life, so on and so forth. First and foremost, we want to thank you all for tuning in. I go by the name of Jay. I'm one half of the Pencil Pushers, and I'm joined by my co-host, friend, brother, Zay.
What's up? I'm Zay.
What's up with you, sir?
I'm here to pod.
You here to pod, are you?
Yeah.
Gotta get it out.
I am.
Gotta get it out. Good to see you, brother. We've finally made it into the month of May. It seems like April is dragging.
Damn, it is May 1st.
It's May 1st.
Jeez. You know my mom's birthday is in 2 days?
I didn't know.
I got to get her a gift.
Oh, clock is ticking, doc. Clock is
Woo!
ticking. Clock is ticking.
Okay. I just thought about that.
And it's what's around the corner? Mother's
Day. My mom got options.
Yeah. So, how you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there. Just
That's all we can do.
Trying to get these finals over with.
How much longer you got until?
Today's my last final.
Okay.
And then summer starts in 3 weeks. So I got me a little 3-week
Hallelujah.
break, I guess.
Hallelujah.
Just to, sit, chill out. I think I need to take a trip, man, during these 3 weeks for real.
Hey, man, he been back from the motherland for a month.
He's I already need to leave again.
Yo, I'm not feeling this America shit. I'm not feeling this.
I think I might have to leave again, man. My boy up in Utah, I just told you. He told me it's peaceful up there, and I'm like,
I can imagine.
Yeah, I might take him up. He just had a house built. He said I can come. He was like, doors open, man. Come whenever you want. I'm thinking like, yeah, I might be coming sooner than you expect.
Could you see yourself like getting like built like as you get older, like getting a house that's like off the grid somewhere, so that way when you get older and if you want to just get away from society, you can just
Absolutely. I would get a house built to hide for my girl. Absolutely.
It's just amazing how what a lot of women and what a lot of men need to find themselves happy. Most men will be fine just living off the grid somewhere and outside of civilization.
I mean,
in a 3-bedroom.
I'm a pretty simple guy, man. I just want nice cars, nice clothes, and my PS5.
I just want peace and quiet.
Yeah, like
that's it.
I can see myself. I don't know if I could live off the grid permanently, but
I'm not saying like no
I know what
Wi-Fi.
you're saying.
Yeah, but just
You just mean in the sense of like Utah.
Like if niggas wanted to come visit you, they have to like come visit you. Like they have to get off the plane,
catch a flight
drive,
in like a really unorthodox place like Arizona.
They gotta take like a smaller airline to arrive at a smaller airport, and it's like they gotta drive like damn you an hour and a half from the airport. Like, yeah, you still gotta do some work to get to see me.
Arizona got like one of the lowest costs. I heard it's really pretty nice too. Phoenix, like I heard Phoenix is pretty nice and. The cost of living in there is like cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap. My girl was talking about her green card. She was like, do you think we should fly to Arizona to do this? And I was like, actually, maybe you should.
Yes. Yes.
When she brought it up, I was just thinking in my head, like,
not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. Because, over here in the East, and then you got New York, got Cali, got Texas. These are all like hot spots.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to Arizona to check on you.
Nobody.
Like no one. When she said that, I was like, that actually might.
Hey, you might want to consider that.
Might want to. I'll take that trip. So yeah, it's I mean, overall, it's been fun. It's been busy. I'm just ready for these finals to get over with, so I can take a break. Go eat an edible and play video games.
Simple life.
That's all. That's really what I planned on doing this weekend, man.
That's all we want. Just peace and quiet and edibles and PS5.
Exactly. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right, man. I finally I decided to omit my Sundays for sessions starting this month.
Good for you.
So like, it was funny just hearing people. What are you gonna do now, boy?
Now that you're not training me, what are you gonna do?
What's supporting with your goddamn time that you gotta take away your Sundays? Nah, but
that's funny.
Nah, man. But I feel like I needed a day to have an option to not do shit. So that doesn't mean every Sunday I'm not gonna do something, but I may have like administrative stuff that I need to do with the business or just things around the house that I want to take care of and just have that time to not have to deal with, taking time away from the house to go train people. So, I've been doing 7 days for the longest, so it wasn't really a big deal to do it for me. But now I'm at the point to where, it just feels good to have that day as a option if I want to just not do anything and just recharge the batteries and stuff like that. So I've been feeling like, and that's the thing too, like I've really been feeling like just kind of lethargic, and I don't know if it's been just the past month or whatever, but feels good, man. It does feel good. Aside from that, like I said, May is here. We're getting closer to summer, which is you good. One of the better times of the year for me. Traveling and things of that nature, and just enjoying the warm weather. So I'm looking forward to summer. It is kind of weird in a sense not having like those summer movie blockbusters like we usually are accustomed to. But all in all, I feel pretty good, man. Feel pretty good. 46 was out in the city a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Joe Biden came down to Atlanta. Shut down the interstate.
While you were on the interstate?
Man, I was in Lawrenceville, which is Gwinnett County for those of you who are familiar, and I was getting ready to try to come back into the city, 85 South. And I'm looking, and there's cars that are like backed up. And I'm like, damn, what the hell going on? Is it an accident or something? So I go around to another entrance to get onto 85. I'm like, damn, what is everybody backed up for? So I just look at the interstate. And 85 North is like running, but like 85 South is just fucking empty. And it was like, yeah, somebody had I read somebody's post. Oh my God, he has the highway shut down. I'm trying to go. I have to use the restroom. And this was a woman, so I felt kind of bad for her. Me, if I had to pee, I'd
hop right out of the car.
Do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so. Yeah, he was here, and I guess
Where did they even go?
I don't know. I know he was celebrating 100 days. Like, yo.
We strip clubs, Magic City, here I come.
Yeah, so.
What if he really went to Magic City? What if he had the whole Magic City shut down just for him?
Maybe.
Hey, it's very possible.
Maybe. Hey, I am him. So, but yeah, man. Did you watch any of the address or anything like that? Or?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. He talked about a lot of stuff.
What were your couple takeaways you had from it?
He's not changing immigration. A lot of people had this because Trump changed a lot of. I date an immigrant, so I'm like, not like in a bad way, but it's true. But so I didn't pay attention to immigration before, and I didn't know what Trump changed until I started dating, until I got my girl, and then she started telling me all the stuff that he's changed. And like I've actually had to experience it, some of it with her, like when we travel. Like I've dealt with it.
Right.
So I guess everybody had this idea that when Biden came in, he was going to be like, yeah, let's get this out of here. Because when he first got in, he started revoking a bunch of Trump things. But the one thing he didn't change was his immigration. And he didn't really address it during his thing. I guess everybody kind of thought he was, but then he ended up just talking about the Dreamers. But he didn't talk about people coming in. The Dreamers are just the people who was born here or something. I think that's what it is, if I remember correct. So, yeah, he's not changing immigration, so don't hold your breath on that one.
How did she take that?
I don't think she really paid attention to it because he didn't mention it.
Oh.
Like, honestly, like, I haven't asked her about it. I am curious to know, like, what she thinks about it, though.
Yeah.
Because I do think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's not changing it is, at least not in the immediate future, it seems like, I think that's a big deal, personally. At least for me and for her. To a lot of people, it probably won't be, but I am curious. So I got my eye on that. He talked about the gun violence that's been going on, mainly about ghost guns. Have you heard about those?
No. What is?
Okay, so a ghost gun. They're selling these kits where you can craft a gun, but there's no serial numbers attached to them, and they're actual guns, and people are using them for like robberies and stuff like that. And they sell them in the U.S. Like, these are kits you can buy. I guess you got to be 18 and up. There's no ID check, no nothing. It's like but going to Walmart and buying a video game at this point.
Got it. So what did he say in regards to that?
He said he's going to try to ban the sales.
Okay, I was going to say probably. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, because so like he was talking, man. Something I noticed: all the Republicans, not a single clap. You could see through their eyes; they were just like angry. Yeah. But you know they be planning that kind of shit because they know the cameras are gonna look at them. So they, of course it's all an act. But they didn't clap. They didn't do anything. They just sat there. Mitch McConnell, not Rudy. What's his name? Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Bitch ass. all of those dudes just kind of sat there. And so they didn't react. Even when he brought up the gun thing, they didn't react to anything. It's kind of crazy. I didn't even know there was a thing. I didn't even know about ghost guns. That's some crazy shit.
I hadn't heard about that. So that's going to be fascinating. They're already trying to ban non-ghost guns, and now you're trying to
ban ghost guns?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm sorry. Anything else that you had?
He talked about. I think he talked about COVID, but I don't really care about that because we've been talking about COVID all year. Just know just know he's about to spend a lot of fucking money on just.
That was the plan, wasn't it? The COVID, all that. What was that? The $1 trillion bill, like $4,400 billion is going towards COVID relief.
Yeah, but one thing I will say is, I feel like he's kind of. I didn't want to say it. I feel like he's kind of pretending.
You mean politician? You mean being a politician?
Yeah.
Politicking?
Would it be crazy for me to say I kind of miss Trump?
Nah.
Like, it just in the sense of just, yeah, Trump was a bit of a wild case. But at least we kind of knew what to expect. The
devil you know versus the devil you don't type of deal.
And also, I think for just what's going on right now, I think I kind of would prefer Trump economically. Now, politically, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga severed a lot of our ties. Make no mistake about it.
Yeah.
No mistake. But economically, man, and I'm just listening. When I was listening to the address, I'm like, why does all this just seem so convenient? Because he didn't really spell out a plan.
Well, I don't find too many. What's interesting is, it's one thing to say, all right, a lot of people just basically wanted Trump out of office. They never really cared about what Biden was planning to do in office. So in a lot of ways at this point, because there was really no demand placed upon him, what would people expect?
Yeah.
I brought up the thing last week about the COVID bill, the hate hate crime bill. And,
that's something else I want to talk about. Keep going.
I felt the way about it, but, once we had kind of got off the air, off the podcast, I was just thinking, I was just like, what am I even, like, what? It wasn't like I was surprised, but I was just like, duh. Duh. Nigga, you thought you was getting the bill? Like, duh. Do you even America, bro? So there's a lot of because there's a lot of questions that black people have been asking about what Joe Biden is or isn't has or hasn't been doing for black people. But at the end of the day, we didn't call him to task for nothing really.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
It's like what? So I'm back in my nonchalant type of space where it's just like, well, whatever. I mean, we ain't pressing him. We ain't pressing for shit. Don't press him now. So you say you should have did that before you voted. Should have did that. So I just thought back about when Ice Cube was really trying to get to. This goes back to what I thought about when Ice Cube was trying to present the bill, the Black America bill, or Black America
Platinum plan,
excuse me, to both parties. And Joe Biden was like, yeah, after the election, we'll fuck with you. But right now, we got some stuff. So and now you ain't heard shit about it since that. So
I think he did talk about the George Floyd policing thing.
Oh, yeah.
And policing bill. And I'm just thinking, like, y'all just passed the Asian hate crime bill. I'm pretty sure you can get this shit out of here if you really wanted to. Because he brought it up. He's like, yo, we gotta pass it. We gotta pass it. And I'm sitting here like, did anyone even introduce it yet? Like, and that's what I mean. Like, it seemed like his whole speech just seemed a little too convenient to me. He didn't like threaten to do anything, like no executive actions, no nothing. Like, if he would have came out and been like, yo, look, our police in this country is fucked up. Either y'all do it or I'm gonna do it. I guess that's kind of what I was looking. I was looking for, like, you know, don't say it's like when, like, you know, like how they be doing the spoofs and they say, oh yeah, 9/11, and then everybody just starts cheering.
Yeah.
But there's like no plan ahead. It's just like you're just saying what gets the crowd reaction.
Yeah.
That's what that felt like. It felt like he was just saying everything that was convenient with no plan established.
Listen, bro, you just had Kamala Harris saying that she don't think that America's racist. So I mean, at this point,
yeah,
it's like you get what you paid for.
Yeah,
you get what you voted for. So.
And I know it's still early, but it's kind of still not early. It's been 100 days. Like,
I think what's gonna happen, what has to happen now is we really got to look into the next election in terms of how we proceed with the vote, because everyone was talking about how important voting is, and listen, I agree that it's important, but if we're not pressing people to task, like the vote should be an exchange of something. For my vote, this is what we want. And that has to be now that the person that we decided to make the poster child of racism, Donald Trump, is no longer here. Now there's no other distractions, but I'm sure they'll find a way to make a distraction. Because that's what happens a lot of times when there's bills being passed or when there's things that we should really be trying to focus on. The media distracts us with shit, and we just focus on arguing about different things that are going on by way of the media. They just now indicted those 3 dudes, or the 2 dudes involved with the killing of Ahmaud Arbery.
Really?
As a hate crime. Over a year after the fact of the man dead. Asian Americans get called some foul shit regarding their disease. They pass a bill in a month. Mm-hmm. We got to do this in the ground over some shit, and it's all over a year later. And again, this is not me saying it as a surprise, but this is just the reality of where we're at. Mm-hmm. So I really think that, and I don't even want to, this, I started rambling for about an hour, but you just a reexamination of how we really leverage politics. But a lot of that leverage has to come outside of politics. We have a lot that we have to do internally as to even develop a sufficient or sustainable or a powerful enough community to even have that type of conversation. So, I mean, it's the same shit that we've been talking about. Economic power,
Yeah.
So it's the same shit, but we don't, until we really get that, we gonna keep talking. We're gonna be talking about the lesser 2 evils until the year 2500.
Yeah.
So
at this point, I've just accepted the fact that the only way to make it here, we might just get rich.
Hey, look,
I'm starting to see the writing on the way.
Bitcoin's the way, baby.
I think we're hitting the point now where it's just like you gotta, at some point, you just gotta say fuck the politics. I just gotta get money and make sure I'm good, because that's what it seems like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we have a collective issue that we can't solve collectively. So now everyone is we're out for, doing for yourself, which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But now that's the thing, is like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna get mine and just,
chill out.
Yeah.
Move to Utah.
So that's where we're at, man. But yeah, 46 was here, and he made my ride home a struggle. So to hell with him.
I really wonder where he went. I want to know. I hope he went to the strip club. I respect it. I think I would respect that more. If I just found out, he went to Follies, I'll be like, oh, okay.
Good for you.
Yeah, I see you.
Let's see. So, anything else with the address that? Not really.
Not really. I mean, honestly, I think out of everything, I think the ghost gun thing was probably, as far as like a community-wise thing, I think the Ghost Gun thing was probably the most important because that's a big deal.
That's
a big.
That is. All right. I did happen to check out some music. I kept seeing Khaled, and I didn't even know he had a project coming out.
He announced it on Monday, and then he dropped it today or yesterday.
Yeah. So I just saw the picture of him with his kids, and Assad's got big as shit. Bro,
I looked at the cover. I was like, "What the fuck? When he just like in a pool?
He was just exactly. He was just father of Assad in a little jacuzzi. Now he's over there.
Yeah, I saw that.
So shout out to look. I'm about to shit on this album, but as Khaled, as a family man, salute to him.
Absolutely.
Beautiful family. And I rock with how he is with his family. I got no problems with that. But
I've always loved that about him.
So yeah, so good dude. But
this album,
this ain't it. This wasn't it, G. And what the hell was it called?
Khaled.
Khaled, yeah.
Why is it called Khaled? Oh yeah, he had a daughter. That's all right. Okay.
So, man, how do I summarize this? The artists, they probably literally phoned it in. And everything about this album is just the collaborations don't really. I should be excited about them, but I'm not.
It's because we've seen it before.
Her and the Migos. I mean, I love her. I fucks with the Migos. Nah.
Wait, they were on a song like together? Oh wow.
Her was on a couple of songs. Yeah, it's, a song. The intro had Jeremiah and Wayne. Wayne's verse was hard, and
I believe
it was good hearing Jeremiah because, of course, he was in. He had COVID and he was really. It was looking bad for him for a while, so. He sung a little bit too long for me, but it was just good to hear him because of what he had.
He had to let you know he was back.
I mean, look, grateful to God that the man survived. So nothing against him on that front, but nah. But Wayne's verse was hard on there. But I don't ever want to hear him and Justin Timberlake do anything together ever again.
Justin Timberlake?
Yes.
Who was with him?
There was a song. It was a song with just Justin Timberlake.
Just him.
Just him.
Oh.
For what?
How did that go?
It was the bro.
I would have think that song would have been fire. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That shit was ass.
Oh man.
That shit was garbage.
I wonder what made him get Justin. Oh, never mind. He's Justin Timberlake. Never mind.
And then of course he wraps up his albums with the Buju Banton and shit and all.
He did that again.
Of course he did. That's his staple. That's it. It ain't Khaled if it ain't that.
You gotta have the Buju Banton.
Listen, man. The only song on here that let me take it back. Cause like I said, I did like Wayne's verse on Thankful. Big Paper was actually probably the only song I could really tolerate with Cardi B. Yeah, none of these features really rock with me.
Something I heard about the album was that a lot of features would have been better with other people.
Yeah, they had the wrong combinations of people together.
Yeah, I did read that quite a bit.
So it's just people, and so let's just get to this the Jay-Z and Nas song, the Sorry Not Sorry, the grown men in tuxedos. We on some grown shit now. Bitcoin bosses, intermittent fasting.
I don't ever want to hear these niggas rap about intermittent fasting.
It's like they stumble upon shit that has been out for like a decade. Like they discovered fire. And I fucks with Jay-Z, of course. I fucks with Nas. And I know Nas had the Coinbase deal that went well for him. And I know Jay-Z apparently intermittent fast. And he had a bar about Triple B, and one of the B's he was referring to was
the B's I keep hearing about.
Beyonce. And I was like,
I think it was like I gotta be over here, I gotta be over there.
Yeah, that's another B.
And then that's another B.
Can't forget the other B. And then Beyonce's like, hey. And it was like, boy, niggas thought he recreated fire. When
Bro, I've been seeing that shit everywhere. I'm like, what was so fire about this bar? Can somebody tell me?
You Negroes got to stop, man. You Negroes got to stop. So another one, I Can Have It All, Bryson Tiller, Meek Mill, and Her. That doesn't fit in any capacity, any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I never want to hear a song with those.
So, Popstar was on here, and I do remember like a Popstar. So that was the only other song with Drake.
He got to have a Drake song.
He has two of them. The Grease one, too.
Were you sounding like The Weeknd?
Yeah.
I remember that song.
I'm not going to hold you, brother. The last probably 2 or 3 Khaled projects I ain't really been fucking with.
Bro, he hasn't had a good one since Major Key.
I can agree with that.
I would say Major Key was like his last shit because he already started to decline before Major Key. But Major Key was the last project where I listened to and I was like, okay. But now I'm hitting the point where I'm just annoyed.
I was on Instagram story, and I didn't know how to describe the album, but somebody put premium trash.
Premium trash?
Because I was gonna call it like some low grade mid, which is like it's like
premium trash. That's funny.
That's like this.
That might be the perfect description.
This is the one. And me and this person, we typically don't agree on anything. So when they put that, I was like, holy shit.
Premium trash.
This is the description. This is the one. Yeah, man. So everything else, the only thing I like about it is that it's 14 songs. So the song limit is right there. But yeah, man.
I heard the production wasn't that good either. I heard the sound mixing. Was fucking terrible. That's something else I kept reading.
Something about these albums used to seem like iconic or like, what is it? The fucking, a certain hype around it, a certain like status when Khaled albums would come out.
Like I'm So Hood.
Yeah,
taking over.
There was something that was about him that used to be like you knew when Khaled was doing a project together. So, like just,
what a fall off.
I think this is just the formula. I think that's just not producing the same. It's not yielding the same type of results. He's doing the same formula, but it's getting weaker and weaker every time. It's almost like medication. So he's using the same medicine, and our bodies have become literally immune to it. So it's not doing nothing for me. So, and he's using like the same. I mean, every once in a while he's been snacking Justin Bieber on shit for like the past.
Justin Bieber, Drake, Wayne. Who else do we always call? It's somebody else.
Apparently Bryson Tiller, because Bryson Tiller been on a.
Oh yeah, Bryson.
Shit. Ross, Big Sean.
Yeah. He had Travis Scott.
Nah, not this time.
No, not this time.
He got A Boogie with the hoodie.
Okay.
But not with a song. Not on a song with Ross. Not okay. I don't want to hear that shit.
Because when I think about Khaled, like even remember his project "Kiss the Ring." Mm-hmm. He had a song on there with Big Crit, Kendrick, J. Cole. Iconic. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
But you know why? Because those names fit, and those are like the types of names that you will want to see together.
Yes.
So that was like, damn.
And at the time, that was crazy.
Exactly.
That was like.
So it's like the collaborations were not only big names, but it was names like anytime we've seen Kendrick and Cole on a song together, people will go nuts. So then to have Crit in that same blend, obviously he's not in the same tier as them, but he's complimentary of both of their styles.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
That's the thing. Khaled used to throw curveballs. He would throw He would have people in his. He need to get a song on there with like Action Bronson or something. Do something.
Yeah.
I guess my issue with track list is you got too many options now, and clearly
he's running to the same motherfuckers.
And clearly you have the connects to get whoever you want. Give us a Flatbush song.
I think he just goes to this is the thing. It's almost like it's like too algorithmic. He just goes to like what names are trending right now.
Exactly.
And let me get the top 10 trending names and get them in a studio.
Yep.
And put them together.
And that's the issue.
And it's nothing that's cohesive about it or organic about it. It's just like an algorithm. Mm-hmm.
It's a cheat code.
What are the top 15 names that are trending? And then he'll probably utilize that to try to get the streams. He's like, oh, so and so's on the album, so and so's on it, and like that. I should love that Jay-Z. Seeing Jay-Z, Nas, and James Fauntleroy on the song, I should be hyped as fuck.
That's a combo.
I should be hyped as shit. The product that I heard from that was Wet Garbage.
That's a fucking combo.
No disrespect to Jay and Nas or James Fauntleroy, but
nah, disrespect. Fuck that. That shit was ass.
Underwhelming to say the least. That's all I'm gonna get into on that project. Far from my favorite. It's the worst of his worst.
Shit. And he had some pretty words. Cause Grateful, buddy.
I was ungrateful. I was ungrateful.
So, I think we're about to drop it. I'm just saying. I think he just needs to take a step back. I think he needs to. If he mixed like the really popular artists with more underground artists, like switch it up.
Who's gonna be the one to tell him that this shit ain't it?
That's what I want. You got all these people on his head. You telling me not one person stopped you? Hell, even the artists who you got on there, you telling me you supposed to be homies with all these people? I'm pretty sure you FaceTime these niggas weekly. You telling me nobody said, I don't know, man. You give me a Flatbush Action Bronson song, and then throw the Drake single in there too. Like, it's too many. You got too many options, man, for me dropping some shit.
Yeah,
like this.
and then when you have one person on like multiple songs, it's just like it takes away even from that element, from the compilation element. Why I got Justin Bieber on two, or Bryson Tiller on like two different songs, or her on two different songs? Like, just put them on one song and then go to the, you know what I'm saying? Try something different. Like, every song should maybe give me something a little bit different. But then you got the same artist on two different songs, two different people, and like if the chemistry is like, I can't tell which one the chemistry is worse on.
Yeah.
So
1 out of 10.
Sure. I won't fight that.
You said sure?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about you. I can't rate it. I didn't listen.
Oh,
to
you said
it.
1 out of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
oh, what? 6.
It's a 5. It's a 5 out of 10 for me.
5 out of 10.
Lil Wayne's verse and Cardi B's song is probably the only thing I'll ever go back to on that album. And I'm not the biggest fan of Cardi B. But I genuinely like that song. Number one, because she actually she changed her flow up. Oh, I'll give credit to the baby on the song he was on. He changed his flow, and I did like those elements. They sounded different. Cardi had more of like a slow down flow type of. You have to hear it, but it's not like Migo-ish or it don't sound like Offset wrote it. Let me put it like that.
Okay.
So.
Oh well.
But 5 out of 10.
Do better.
All right.
That's all.
So before we get into some more bad, let's get into some good. Invincible. Let's get into some good. Because we're gonna go back into some bad after that. But for the time being, we can get into some good. Change the mood up. From one of the most disappointing projects to ever come out to one of the most amazing projects to have come out in the past. I don't know.
This might be one of the best superhero shows ever.
So, Invincible. For those of you who are not aware, Invincible is a show based off of a comic that was written by Robert Kirkman, who is also the writer and creator of The Walking Dead comic. So, we've been talking about this show for several weeks now. Hell, since it's been on the radar as a trailer. You mentioned that it could have some elements that were like The Boys. And seeing it play out now, I'm with you, but it's different. It's dark, yeah. but it's also different.
I argue that this show might be darker than The Boys.
Yeah, I can get with that.
Yeah, it might be.
I can get with that. So the season finale wrapped up yesterday, and what we pick up is Mark and his father were fighting a kaiju, and then his father was attacked by the Immortal, whom everyone thought was dead, but it turns out he was revived by the clones with the help of, well, not with the help of, but also working with the robot who had his other agenda. So anyway, in that scuffle, Omni-Man re-kills the Immortal in front of Mark.
Are they still gonna call him the Immortal next season? This man got off twice.
I mean, they finna bring him back.
Yeah, you're right. They bring him back. I guess he is the Immortal.
They finna bring him back. So there's a lot of people. Listen, there's a lot of people running around with improper names.
Yeah.
Like Invincible. Nah, you're invincible. You're invincible. you're durable.
If they could put the Immortal back this entire time, why didn't they just do that? Why did the twins have to do it? That was the one other thing. That was a little plot hole that I didn't understand. Because they saved it. Remember, they kept the head, but then the twins dig him up, knowing that he was immortal. So why didn't they just bring him back? Even better, why didn't they just bring him back and shoot him up with all the drugs?
Maybe they didn't. All right. Maybe they didn't have. Maybe they used the tech that the clones had.
Okay. Oh yeah. Cause just maybe the clones devised it.
Because one thing that they, that when the one dude that they apprehended who was making the robots, now they got him working for him. They got him.
Yeah, you're right.
The whole production. Right. So perhaps that's what I thought. Maybe they just, they locked the bad guys up and they steal the tech.
That's gonna be interesting too.
So.
But go ahead.
So yeah. So Mark and Omni-Man, his father, they basically. Mark initially believes that his dad has been mind controlled. He's like, "Yo, Dad, what's up with you?" They trying to, and eventually he gets to the point to where his dad, Omni-Man, basically all but says, "Yo, this is what it is." He lays out basically Mark. He tells Mark the truth about where he's from, why he's there on Earth, and it's basically Omni-Man is obviously from a different planet. He's come to Earth. On a mission basically to almost not in a Thanos way per se, but basically cleanse the earth of what they deem would be the weak to allow it to prosper more. So basically it's a takeover of the earth. They're going to eliminate most humans, if not all. And then they're going to acquiesce using, what's his race? What's his, Omni-Man's race? What's it?
Trigarian? Trigarian. I feel like I got that from a different show though.
Well, whatever race Omni-Man, because I'm losing my thought for the time being, but they are they're a race of people who go to different planets and they conquer the planets. And this is basically Earth is on the list. Omni-Man was sent to as one of the beings from that planet to conquer the Earth. In the midst of doing that, he got married to a human, had a son named Mark, and here's where we are. So he lays down the law of the land for Mark, tells him what it is. Mark is conflicted because he's from Earth. He feels I'm an Earthling. So what I'm your son, but Earth is my home. I'm not going nowhere else. I'm not.
Yeah.
So therein lies an amazing conflict between him and Mark, where he's like, Mark, why do you care for these people? These people are insignificant. The coldest line in that whole show was when he said, "Your mom was like a pet."
Yeah. Ooh.
When he said that shit,
I was sitting here like, whoa.
Yeah, bro. We got to fight.
We gotta fight.
we gotta throw hands. And just his demeanor, man. And this is a nod to the voice casting. This is and
J.K. Simmons was perfect.
Man,
I don't know who thought of that, but that was so perfect.
His demeanor. You know what it reminded me of a little bit? I don't want to get too off topic. You ever seen Whiplash? Yeah. And J.K. Simmons is in that. His demeanor kind of like in that.
That's a drummer movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I seen that.
With what's the dude's Miles Teller? Yeah. So, oh man,
he was the perfect cast. I don't know who thought of that.
I'm talking too much. What did you take away from this last episode, brother?
I need that season 2, bro.
Yeah, that shit was.
That honestly, man, that season finale. That's 2 Edge of My Seat episodes in a row. Watching him fight Mark, especially when they got to that mountain, and then you just saw his hands get bloody. Dog, I don't know. The animation team, I don't know if this is the same animation team for like the first 3 episodes, because that animation in that last episode was just gorgeous. I don't got nothing to say about it. Yeah.
You know what's good about this show? Even though it's graphic, but it's not like, in my estimation, most of the real gory shit is like with
a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, it has a purpose.
So like the first episode when you saw all that bloodshed when he killed the Guardians, that was what it was about.
Mm-hmm.
This last episode, when he's beating the brakes off of Mark on that mountain, and he was like, "What are you gonna do when everyone's gone?" Because basically, their race, as they get older, they age slower, so they can live to thousands of Earth years. So most of the people that they're gonna meet in their lives are gonna die within their lifetime as humans. And he basically asked his son, "Son, what are you gonna do when everyone that you love is gone and dead and gone?" And he said, "I still have you."
What a bar. What a bar. That was different. I said, ooh.
That hit harder than any punch that I think Omni-Man hit him with.
I know it did.
So then Omni-Man got to a point to where he basically left the Earth. He left to what we're led to believe is back to his home planet, but...
Did you catch the tear fall out his eye?
Yep.
Yep.
So they had a lot of good flashbacks in that fight. The one where Mark was playing baseball as a kid, and
that was a good scene.
You know, on one hand, I thought it was just from what you can see in the episode, you can argue that, hey, maybe the dad's just trying to play the part and act like he's happy.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought that, hey, he may genuinely be.
Yeah.
And he admitted, he's like, yeah, I've had good times here. I've had, you know what I mean?
You could tell that he was genuinely. I think when Mark said the dad thing, he got genuinely conflicted.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, he's like, shit, like, this is my son. And, you know, that was, I don't know, those last 20 minutes.
Yeah, so it even shows, like, Omni-Man as being conflicted. You know?
I like the end of the episode, too.
Because, I mean, if you look at his character, he did certain things that you would just, based off of what you know now, what was the point of him having the beer with the dude, the tailor?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If he was going to, like, he could have been like, you're a weakling, and just
threw him out,
cut his head off and been done with it. Debbie, you know what I mean? But he's trying to, I guess, break them into the news and break them into to things in his own way, which I think, honestly, to his detriment. He let Mark be a human so much that he. Oh, and another part, he was like, "Well, what if I never got powers? You just discarded me too."
That was a good one too. That was a good point. So,
just about the thing about this show, and I've said this a couple times, but this is to me the value of having great writing and a great story, because visually, like I said, the animation, while it's not terrible, it's not bad, it's not even bad. To me, it's just there's just certain elements where I'm just not the biggest fan of it.
We just seen better.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. But there's just a very, very great element of storytelling within this show that I think makes you want to watch it. And people were complaining about some of the, I guess, quote unquote, agenda. Like a lot of people remember. I don't know if you remember the guy that they fought, who was like he was also like a sociology major or something like that. The dude with the earthquake. He was making like a lot of those. Bless you. He was making like a lot of commentary about like racial stuff and different stuff like that and feminist stuff. When they were fighting them.
No, I don't remember that.
But he was making like a lot of quips that were dealing with like race and sexuality and stuff like that and just different stuff. And he was like, well, I also went to school for sociology or whatever the fuck was. People were getting mad because they're trying to take the great comic and throw their agenda in there.
Oh, I didn't even peep it.
Exactly. It was so minuscule. So yeah. And finally Amber came around. Like, damn, I've been getting my ass beat all the I got damn near.
How many times I get my ass beat for you?
I got the damn near down the mountain. Now you believe me? So I was interested in how they were gonna piece that up, but yeah, once Amber kind of realized what was actually going on, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, you got it bad.
Yeah, I thought I was going through it, but shit.
I think I did like the way they wrapped it up, how they showed like what was happening with everybody else. And it definitely set up season 2. The black dude is definitely going to be the villain of season 2. Or one of them, at least.
He'll be one of them.
I didn't think they were going to have the twins get captured, though. I didn't see that one coming. That one caught me off.
Yeah, so they got him. He looking at Pete. Pete like, man, fuck you. I'm in this link of the you, nigga.
I did that. The twins got captured. All the friends know that he's invincible now.
Yeah, so there's just they've set up what I think is a good base for a series, and they've already been approved for a second and third season. Kind of similar to how the boys were approved for a third and fourth season. So I think when you can, because to be honest with you, after the fight scene, the fight was the climax, and then it kind of just lays out the rest of the episode, just kind of just laying the foundation for what we should expect going into the next season. So he's talking to that dude on the moon. Well, not talking to him, but he's with the dude on the moon, and dude's kind of laying out the land like, yo.
I like that scene.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you was you was one too. Basically talking to Mark, and basically just giving them a lay of the land of what's going on in the universe, and hey, it's rare that no one ever goes back from Veltramite. There we go.
Yeah. Veltramites. That's the names. Yeah.
So
I said Targaryen.
Yeah.
Veltramites.
So basically, he's like, yeah. So no one ever comes back. A Veltramite never goes back to his, without finishing his task or whatever. So, phenomenal show. The voice actors were amazing. The action was amazing. The story was amazing. And even the scene in the end where the young Guardians were cleaning the.
Oh yeah.
So,
is the one eye? Is that Seth Rogen?
Is who?
The one eye guy. I think that's. He sounds like Seth Rogen. I don't know. I gotta look. I know Seth Rogen's in the show.
I'm not sure.
I gotta look at that because I feel like I thought that was his voice, but I wasn't too sure.
Oh, it might be. I'm not sure. But
what you think season 2 gonna be like?
Well, I think we're gonna see because Mark is still kind of on the fence about being a hero, so to speak, and now that there's these other elements that are going to be in play with other characters, I think we're going to find out Omni-Man's fate in terms of
they're going to kill that dude.
If they don't kill him, they're going to, he's going to have to explain, hey, Earth, I see Earth still over here wilding. What's up?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on, boss man? You maybe you're not the man for the job. Maybe you. So.
Oh, something else I did like. My bad. I'm sorry. Everything's coming. I liked at the end of the episode how they showed the mom crying. They didn't have to show that. But I like how they carried it out to where they're showing how what he did just affected everyone. Not just they have to live with the effects. And they actually took time to explore that.
Yeah.
And the mom crying was a really crucial scene in that.
Yeah, I think there's just going to be, there may be worse stakes at play for Earth.
Yeah, they're going to have to bring back the Guardians of the Globe.
So yeah, we're gonna see, man. Like I said, I'm really excited. I enjoyed this series, and the time was perfect. The episodes are right at the right time. It wasn't usually animated stuff is our animated stuff is tough sometimes, but I don't really like I said if I had a gripe, it would just be the animation, and that's not even a big gripe.
No.
But everything else, to me, there's not even characters I'm annoyed with.
No, I liked every character.
So
that was,
or at least
me.
interested in. I'm interested in every, even Mark's friend who's he's kind of annoying, but he's cool.
The gay dude.
Yeah, he's cool though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's cool.
Like
he's
him.
cool though. But so just to see what other things that they're gonna blend in, because like I said, this is still a lot of, a lot of these characters trying to figure out what they want to be, and where does his mom go from here? What is what's gonna happen because Cecil, he's gotta try to figure some shit out, and he showed Mark the little room where there's which I thought was kind of dope.
Yeah. Oh, they were like, yeah, we put fluoride in everybody's water.
So
I did like that.
Yeah, so it's like so there's a certain frequency that we can't see. So like I say, he got Nick Fury swag to me, man. He's just the way he just kind of goes about doing stuff. So.
Oh, how did we not talk about that damn train scene?
I mean, I just was like the whole. I mean, just giving a summary, but like I said, the in the midst of what was going on with him and his dad, is his dad was basically trying to just show like, yo,
all these people are expendable.
These people are not important. Then he said, oh, he saves the fucking guy in the plane.
Oh,
just for his daddy to be like, yeah. Oh, you thought you was going home for dinner? No. Then he tried to say. Then he tried to save the woman in the building with the girl. He's still holding the woman's hand, her hand, and then he pulls up, and her arm is
gone.
Or her arm is all that's
body's
left.
gone.
Yeah, her arm is all that's there. So
great imagery, man.
And that was his way of trying to get through to his son. These people they're not that important, man.
He punched that nigga to Chicago. They were fighting in what? Wichita? Yeah. He punched that man in Chicago.
Yeah, man. Usually, flying fights are kind of cliche, but I mean, it was cool. The subway shit was
that subway shit was crazy.
That was tough.
That was a crazy one.
But
man, applaud. 10 out of 10.
No, it's great show.
I had no complaints about this show.
Great show.
I'm telling you, man, one of the best shows of the year. I'm telling you.
No, it is incredible. It is incredible.
It's invincible.
No, it ain't.
Okay.
No. So I also watched the Netflix show Yasuke, which was another anime show, and Lakeith Stanfield played the main voice actor of the character Yasuke.
Did they have anybody else?
I'm sure they did. To be honest, I didn't look up the whole cast of. I didn't look through the whole cast of the voice actors, so I can't say for sure. I gotta say, man, I was a little let down. I was a little bit let down by this series. I was excited about it coming out because, all right, we're dealing with a Afro samurai. Who the hell wouldn't want to see that? Mm-hmm. So I was very excited to see this series, and then the trailer came out initially, and Lakeith Stanfield's voice was an immediate red flag for me. Mind you, I think he's a pretty good actor. I'm a fan of Lakeith Stanfield as an actor. Yeah, there's no one here that's notable.
Nah, they're all. It's a bunch of no offense to Asians, but it's a bunch of Asian actors.
So I mean, like I said, there's just no one here that's notable to me. So by the end of the first episode, he's basically, well, pardon me. So he's like a boatsman. He's in the city as a boatsman, and he basically takes people to places. He helps them travel, so on and so forth, blah blah blah. So there's a singer in the city who he wants him to take her and her daughter somewhere. I think he initially declines, but because she's a child who's sick, he's like, well, I can't, it's our duty to protect children or whatever. So he offers to take her, and while they're on the boat, they come to a stop. She's like, why'd you stop? He's like, I didn't stop. They come to discover that the river is now frozen. They get approached by three or four individuals who apparently have powers. They get attacked. He's showing his skill. He's like, yo, man, this guy's pretty impressive. But they start to get the upper hand on him. And as they go to hurt the mom, all of a sudden the daughter comes out with these crazy ass powers, and And I was like, oh my God, they done fucked up.
Yeah, took the easy route.
They done fucked up.
They took the easy route.
So now we got a whole series of a samurai now in the back burner, and now the series is centered around this girl who they need to get taken to this doctor, who ends up being a guy from the series who has the same abilities as her, but he's older, so he knows how to control him. And that took the wind out of the sails for me. And it basically turned into a whole adventure of him dealing with those same individuals trying to capture the girl, and the girl saving his ass like all through the series.
Because the main draw here was the Black Samurai.
Yeah.
That was the main draw. I remember that.
And now
they
we
made
have
that a big deal.
The white superhero, the super powered young girl with unexplained powers for whatever reason. And it took a very predictable route after that. And I know we love Black Samurai. We love to see our people in certain types of arenas and doing different things. And the animation was pretty solid, I will say. Flying Lotus was behind the music. Him and Thundercat did like a lot of the songs on there. They actually have a soundtrack on Spotify for the show, and I did enjoy that. You could definitely hear his footprint on a lot of those tracks, for sure.
Okay.
So you could tell us, you know it's Flying Lotus.
Is it one of those shows that like they have a dope soundtrack and then they don't use it, or they actually incorporate?
It's incorporated.
It's
in the fight scenes. There's certain songs that get put in there. There's certain scenes where it sounds good, man, and I think that was a good mark for me. I just couldn't get past the voice in the plot. The guy that played the other black guy on the show would have been a better voice as the Yasuke for me than Lakeith Stanfield. I am but a boatsman. Bro, you're not winning nothing with that, man. You're not. If anyone is familiar with Lakeith Stanfield, his voice is a lot of times it's very like chill and mellow.
Yeah.
And for me, watching an anime show about a black samurai, it doesn't lend too well when he almost sounds like disinterested in the job of voice acting.
I wonder who picked him.
That too, and I wonder who just said, "Oh man, that's a good take."
who like nobody stopped him?
Yeah, like we can't. Are we allowed to keep it a bean anymore?
No,
like
everybody's DJ Khaled.
Sometimes a person can be good, but not good for that role. It's no shame in saying that he may not be the best voice actor for this job. It doesn't mean he's a terrible actor. It just means that this may not be his lane.
Should have got Mark Hamill to voice the black guy. Should have just made everybody mad. Fuck it.
They'd have had him. The dude who Kevin Conroy, the dude who do Batman. Let him play that motherfucker.
Yeah. Man, God damn it.
You know who did a good Batman? You ever watch Supernatural?
No.
No. I'm sorry. That's not Batman. That's the Red Hood. The Jensen Ackles.
Which one did he do?
Under the Red Hood.
Okay.
He did Jason Todd or the Red Hood.
Okay. Yeah, they could have got
He was really good.
Yeah, they could have.
He was really good. He's gonna be in The Boys too, the next season as a Soldier Boy.
Oh, that's lit.
Soldier Boy character.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he's done Jason Todd in a few of the animated series. So
hell, they could have got Mahershala for all I care.
I thought about that. They could have.
They could have.
And he's a little older too, so like he kind of fits to me like that older type of, you know what I mean? And I'm a Mahershala fan, so I would have been for it. Hell, I know Michael Jai White is Black Dynamite, but shit, get his ass in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I gotta say I was pretty let down that a show that had a lot of potential, it could have gave the brother powers at least. Make him the nigga that's got all the sauce.
I don't like the fact that they incorporated magic powers.
Well, I
can see why that turned you off.
Well, because now we're going into something different. Like now it's like it's let's focus on him being a samurai. Because he only do the samurai shit for maybe a few episodes anyway. Like he spent half of the time not even wanting to. He want to fist fight niggas. So
oh my god!
It's not until he goes on to an adventure with the girl to take her to the doctor that he smashes his little. He got this little vase with the sword in it. He takes it out, and yeah, man, it was just it was disappointing because to me that they made it into a very predictable, very cliche, swordsman protects girl who's stronger than him apparently. Because what the fuck he needs you for? She out here, she the one that got the fucking powers and shit.
Is it a bloody show? Like, do they show the blood or is it one of those?
No,
they get to it. Okay.
No, they show it. It's a scene where there's this one lady on there. She has the power. Her ability is she turned this big bear. Not a bad ability if you watch the show. But these dudes, they got these little telekinetic powers. They run up on her, and they pin her to the wall, and they start doing this little shit here, twist her whole shit up, her kneecaps, her arms, her neck. Shit. They cut the fucking her stomach open. She was leaking out.
God damn.
Yeah, they got to it. I was like, oh shit. So yeah, it's quite graphic. And then of course, as him, and that's the thing. Him as the samurai, he was very capable. He was very capable. And they had like some flashback scenes when he was younger and he was with the business. It was like maybe 10 dudes that ran up on him. He was like
over with.
Hey, he closed the nigga eyeballs. He was like, he cut the nigga head off. He took his fingers and closed his eyes out of respect. Prayed for that man. I thought, oh, this nigga the G. But they didn't stick with that too long, man. It was underwhelming.
It sounds like they played it safe.
It was underwhelming. I just wish it would have been more centered upon. It would have just been more. The story would have been more centered around him and not him doing some shit for another person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's just me. I mean, if you watched it and you liked it, I ain't no hater, nobody's enjoyment. But for me, I just thought it was just a very easy out on what could have been a very great show. I'm actually,
especially off the way they promoted it,
and I'm happy it was 6 episodes because I wasn't gonna do that shit for no 10 episodes of him. getting his fucking his ass pulled out the fire by like this girl like 4 times. Like he should have been dead like 6 times. And she does her Super Saiyan shit, and all of a sudden, oh, thank you, white woman. Oh, thank you, young white girl. So, yeah, that was it. So, yeah, that's it. So I think if you're a non-anime watcher, you may not really give a shit about the voice and all that other stuff. But if someone who enjoys anime and knows, hell, even a lot of times people don't even listen to the English voices because the voice actors are not good.
Is there a Japanese version of this show?
There is there's actually, from what I understand, there's a black person who actually does the voice the Japanese version. So it's funny because I was telling you off mic, I might watch the first episode again with his voice to see if I feel something different from it. I'm not watching the whole series again because, like I told you, I'm not gonna watch no black man parade around with no white girl chaperoning. I can't do it. Will not do it. But I am but a boatsman. So yeah,
easy cop out.
Yeah, so not my cup of tea. But that's all I got on that. What else we got happening? I didn't watch the draft.
Neither did I. But we got Kyle Pitts. At least the Falcons did. Who y'all get?
I didn't watch. I don't know what the fuck we got. I gotta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well.
I was honestly. It's funny because I haven't really tapped into sports like that in a while. So I have to look it up. I don't know who the Chargers got. So we still got our quarterback who I believe in. So that's all.
It's Justin Herbert, right? Yeah, y'all should have a pretty good future.
I believe in him. That's one thing I was happy about last year. I said, yeah, I like him.
Well, me personally, they're starting to drop games now more for the PS5 and Xbox. More next, I have both of those systems and I haven't been playing them. And I've been sitting here trying to figure out, why am I not playing these systems? And then it finally hit me when Returnal came out. I'm just replaying games I already played. But I have two systems where no next gen games came out. So nothing was like pulling me.
Got it.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But now we got it. Returnal came out.
Talk to us about Returnal. Talk to us about that, brother.
All right. So Returnal, which was released yesterday, actually. Returnal was released yesterday.
How many hours you clocked?
Shit.
That shit ain't been out 24 hours. You got
I got a whole review ready.
Segment, man.
I think I got like 6 hours.
Continue, brother. Continue.
So Returnal is a game about, you play as this astronaut named Celine who works for this company called Astra. You get sent out to this planet called Astros or something. Atropy? I don't know what it's called. To go find this thing called the White Shadow. When you're about to go on the planet, like the White Shadow appears in your fucking vision or something, and then you crash on the planet. So you have to figure out what crashed you on the planet, and then you have to find the White Shadow. But then, as you play, when you die, the crash scene repeats. And you have to start all the way back from the crash scene.
So you're saying when you die, so there's certain points where like they have you die?
No, it's just gonna be certain points where you're just not leveled up or that good enough to make it past. And then you get killed, and it starts you back from the beginning of the crash. But depending on how far you get during that run, it shows you a different scene from the crash. So you'll look at the crash, and then like the first time she crashed, like an astronaut appeared. But then the next scene, her house, there was like a flashback of her at her house. Every time you die, it's a different scene, but it always ends with the crash. Got it. And then as you keep going, it's like her house gets transported there. Somehow her house gets in there, and then you have to walk in the house, and it's like a 1-to-1 remake of her house. But then, like, of course, shit's off. Like, she picks up a picture of herself, and then the fucking, like, an astronaut appears. An astronaut appears in her flash. She drops the shit, and then the whole house turns red. It's, like, crazy shit, bro. I'm telling you, this game, I've been sitting here, like, even though, I will say this. It takes a lot of patience. Because every time you die, you start back from that beginning. But the whole world changed every time you die too. So every time you die, you coming back. You may have explored a section before, but then it's going to give you a different section this time. And then you got to figure out that section. And then you end up going back to the same section from like last time. I've only made it 6 hours. I haven't even discovered everything. But from what I played, this game is like, it's top notch. And so I got like the 3D audio headphones, and they said it on the game review. On the game, they said, yo, if you have the PlayStation headphones, they're like, use those. Like, you're not going to get a better experience. And they weren't lying. Because I play that shit with my headphones in, and it's the 3D audio, and it's like, it sounds incredible, man.
So it's like you're there.
Bro, I'm immersed. Every time I play this game, and then it's like once you start a run.
You crashed, huh? So you crashed into, oh no.
I've crashed like 6 times. Because it's crazy. Like, once you start a run, you're just like, how far can I get? How far can I get? How far can I get? And every time you do it, you level up a bit more. You do a little bit more.
Got it.
And, man, I don't know. I haven't made it that far in the story to where I could really, like, spoil the story for people. But it's because it's such a mysterious game. But it's beautiful, bro.
No, you showed me the trailer before we started recording.
Yeah.
And it looks amazing.
Bro,
no, listen.
I mean, it looks incredible. And I like the fact that they wear their influences on their sleeves. Like, you could tell they looked at Alien. And remember that movie 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, like that one. Avatar. You could tell they were pulling influences, but it came out like really good. But it's a gorgeous game, man. Like I really want you to see that shit. I kind of want to just bring people over just so they can just see it because it just looks incredible, bro. And it's immersive, and it feels good to finally play an immersive game. Because I'm saying, like I said, I've had both of these systems, and I'm like, yeah. Because everybody's like trying to get them now, but it's basically off of hype right now.
Yeah.
But for us people who don't play 2K and Grand Theft Auto, it's kind of like, yeah, they came out, but you're not really missing anything. And that's what I've been feeling like. But now I feel like if you don't got one, you're missing something. Because this game's great. I don't know. I could talk about this game all day. It's amazing. Yeah, so Returnal. I can't really give it a review because I haven't beat it yet.
No, just giving your insight on your first 6 hours, I guess.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, man. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to go back and play it after my Japanese final because I don't think I'm hitting the gym. I'm not gonna lie, but it's there's also another game. I don't know. Gaming is kind of like slowly coming back right now, so I'm kind of happy. They dropped the Ratchet and Clank trailer. I probably should. That game looks crazy too.
Oh, speaking of trailers, we talked about it. Not a game trailer, but Castlevania.
Yeah. That shit about to be fire.
Man.
Castlevania about to be fire.
So, the animated series on Netflix, Castlevania, they just released. Well, not just released, but they put out a trailer for what is this? The fourth season? Fourth season. And I hate when they do that, but I get it. And
well, they said it was the final season a while ago. They didn't do that for hype.
Yeah,
like a while ago they were like,
just
nah,
stop. Just say the next season and just keep it going.
Okay.
Just say the next one. But yeah. So it looks like there's some concerns that they're trying to resurrect Dracula, and hell, from what I just seen a bunch of action, a bunch of one of. I can't remember the buddy's name, but one of Dracula's former subordinates, the dude that makes all the monsters and shit.
Hector.
Yeah, Hector. Yeah. So he seemed like he got his own little agenda going on, and the sisters, obviously they got the other boy who's making the monsters now.
No, they have Hector. Isaac is.
That's what I meant.
Isaac.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I meant. I'm sorry. So Isaac is the one who's on his own now, and he's kind of doing his own little thing. And yeah, man, it looks pretty dope. I'm really super excited to see, and
especially after the way season 3 ended. Season 3 ended like that shit was a train, like a train wreck of emotion. It was doomed.
Remember they thought they had Alucard and they thought they had him. Yeah, we got you now. Like, oh, you thought.
You thought. That was a crazy scene.
You know who I am.
You thought I was gonna be daddy?
You know who I am. Yeah, that was cold.
You didn't know have him turn evil? I don't think so.
Because he's not evil right now, but it works better that he's not.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be the easy way.
It works because he has no real reason to be evil.
This nigga had a bad experience with 2 humans.
Yeah, but he knew though. It wasn't like he was duped. He was like, I know y'all get down. I know y'all shit.
I did like how in season 3 he had like the little dolls of like what's this shit? I forgot the 2 characters' names. God damn it. You know what I'm talking about. He had the 2 dolls who he was talking to while he was eating the fucking dinner.
The ones he killed?
Yeah. No, not the ones he killed. The 2 friends.
Yeah, okay.
And he was eating dinner and then he was doing like their voices and shit. I did like that.
That's funny. But
I think it's gonna be interesting to see when they return to that castle and they see those bodies there.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to that. Shit, I haven't really I haven't really tuned into anything sports wise. I know playoffs are coming soon in the NBA. Something about LeBron that I don't too much care about, but There was a cop who had mocked him on TikTok about the whole Ma'Khia Bryant shit.
I think I heard something about
So a cop had mocked him because of the initial post he made about the cop talking about "you're next," which he took down. So
yeah. So that cop, I did see that.
So that cop got
did he get like $50K or something?
200.
200K.
He was suspended without pay, and he got $200,000 and which is again is not surprising. I mean, we see this all the time. They whether it's a cop they on trial and they get money raised for their defense. That's one thing about white folks. They gonna ride for theirs.
They'll ride.
Black people, we gotta learn.
Don't let us post it.
We gotta learn from that though. We gotta learn when one of ours put theirs on the line. We gotta learn how to. We gotta back them.
Yeah,
that's why they be so bold to say shit. Cause they're like, "What you gonna do? Fire me?" So he got suspended without pay, and then got $200,000. What's a cop salary?
Not 200,000.
Exactly.
It ain't even 100,000.
Exactly. Cops only make six figures. That man, I say some bullshit too. I mean, y'all gonna shit.
Yeah, I did see that. I didn't know I just read the headline. I didn't know what happened though.
Yeah, so he made a TikTok, basically acting like he was calling up, like he was acting like he was pulling up to a disturbance regarding two men who were about to get into an altercation. He said, "Hold on, let me call LeBron real quick." So he's talking to LeBron. And he's like, yeah, man, these two dudes out here fighting. One of them got a knife. You know, oh, no, don't do nothing. I shouldn't intervene. Oh. So long story short, he's like, oh, well, you guys are on your own. And then he's like, oh, by the way, MJ's the GOAT. Oh, no, nothing. Bye-bye. So.
This shit sounds lame.
It was lame.
Yeah, this shit sounds kind of lame.
It was the corniest shit that I've seen ever. But that's the TikTok that got him suspended. And then, lo and behold. And you know what's funny? You know what's probably funny about that? Not funny about that, but someone else probably was like, yo, man, we got to help this cop out, man. We got to put together a GoFundMe for him. How do we get in touch with his family?
He probably didn't even make
that's
that
That's what I'm saying. Someone else probably was like, yo, man. So yeah. That's all the sports.
One of the people that stormed the Capitol.
Hell, maybe. So that's sports-wise, that's all I got.
Yeah, nothing really happened this week, man. Outside of the boring-ass presidential address or whatever. That was like the most interesting thing. And that was only interesting if it affected you. Other than that, nothing really happened.
So we'll see what this month holds. You better get your mama something.
Yeah. I got to get her something.
Don't forget, Doc.
That's crucial.
Anything else pressing that we should talk about? No one died this week. Thank God.
Nope.
Thank God. No one did die. Thank goodness.
No, I don't really have anything, man. I think I'm gonna go watch Yasuke. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch it just to watch it, but after what you told me, I'm not really looking forward to it.
You know what's funny? Sometimes you be like, yo, man, that shit was good as fuck. I'd be like, what you say about what was it? Blood of Zeus. He was like, yo, shit fire. Yeah, he was like, man, this shit fire, and I was like okay. Hey, you ever seen that interview with who the fuck was it? Ray Charles and I want to say Bob Costas. He was like talking about Elvis. He was like, like, what's wrong with Elvis? Elvis is great. He's like, yeah, well, okay.
Okay.
He was like, yo, man, that blood of Zeus. I don't know. I think you put like 5 fire emoji around that shit. I was like, okay. Nah, man. But you may honestly, like I said, you may get something different out of it. For me, I had a different expectation that I was hoping to get from it. That it just let me down. And I've been told I'm like a TV movie snob anyway, or bougie.
Oh, you're too good for the population.
Yeah, so I'm gonna watch Without Remorse for the audience. And I know y'all love Michael B. Jordan, and y'all don't want to keep it a bean about the projects he's involved in, but I will do the heavy lifting next week. Hey,
I'll speak what you won't speak.
Come on, man. I will be the one to I'll take the heat. I'll take the hits. Now, if it's good, I'll say it's good. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not no hater or nobody, but we gotta call our brothers to the fire when they're not performing to their best potential. And I think Michael B. Jordan lives too good of a life to tap into the darkness that he needs to tap into for some of these roles.
Yeah, he do. I think I kind of agree with you. I think
whenever Lori dump him on some real shit,
well, no,
like it got to be foul though.
That man gave her man stock.
Did he like shut down the aquarium for her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
She got to do him foul.
Yeah. So she got to do him. Yeah. She got to dog him a little bit, and then he needs that pain to get to the next level. They're gonna drag Lori if she cheat on that dude. These women they're gonna drag her.
They're
gonna city girls up 1,000. They gonna
I think they're gonna drag her, bro. I really do.
But you know what it is. But you know what's funny though? They not because here's reality, right? Before Michael B. Jordan got with her, a lot of women, not all of them, but a lot of women was like, yo, this nigga's not even all that. Then they got together, and all of a sudden he became all that. And now once they break up, he gonna be back corny again.
What? I thought they wanted him after Creed 2. I thought it started with Creed 2.
Nah, it's something about Michael B. Jordan that a lot of women don't find. They just find him corny. I can't speak to that.
I don't think he do enough to be corny, though.
I just think he's just
I think he's just a regular dude.
Yeah, well, but that's not enough now. That's not enough. Like, it's not enough just to be a regular guy.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like he's just regular.
I find him to be a regular dude, pretty chill, pretty normal, don't have no trauma behind him, don't have no mommy or daddy issues or nothing. Raised in a good home, 2 good parents, sound family values. He seems like
obviously Michael Jordan fans.
He's like the I don't want to say cookie cutter, but he's like the I don't want to say white picket fence, but like that type of dude. Like, and I think we're so used to like dysfunction and shit. So when we see like just a regular looking dude, it's just if he had a bunch of tattoos on his face or on his skin, they'd love him.
Yeah, go. They say he corny. I'm like, what is he? I don't even see his name like in headlines. I don't know what he did to be corny. The corny shit he did to me was get the girl at Aquarium. Even though his player is also kind of corny.
The corniest thing he did was it wasn't even it was for a TV show where he had like the little rap song. And he was
yeah.
And because it was a white girl, all of a sudden he don't even somehow this thing got started where he didn't like black women, and that's all they needed.
I remember
that's all they needed to know. He don't even like black women, and all of a sudden, and that's what made him corny.
He was dating a white girl at the time. I remember that. That was stupid.
That's what made him corny. Even though he's never said anything degrading about black women.
And then he was in the Snow Allegra video, and that just intensified the flames.
I was like, oh my god, what is with this guy? So
shit, Snow Allegra, bad.
But no, I agree. I agree, but it just and then of course even when him and Lori got together, she's light skinned, she's not no dark sister, bloop, 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 and all that. They just couldn't let the man breathe. And now that I'm bringing all that shit up, I hope he does good in this movie. I'm not even.
Now just think about it. I'm rooting for this guy.
You know what? I'm gonna put some sauce on this shit. I'm gonna
even if it's bad, I'm gonna lie. Say it's good.
My boy killed it. So, yeah, I'm gonna watch without remorse, and I'll be ready with my review. I'll be ready with my review on that, and then shit. Now that Invincible's gone, I gotta find something else to watch.
Yeah, that's kind of where
somebody told me about this show called The Serpent.
It's on Netflix,
yeah,
right?
And it got serial killer vibes. So I was like, y'all know me good. Anything that involves serial killing and hippies.
Have you watched Mindhunter?
Watch what?
Mindhunter on Netflix.
No, I've seen it, but I haven't watched it. I've seen it on there, but I haven't watched it.
If you like serial killer shit,
I do.
Oh, that's
right up my alley.
That's your show.
It's right up my alley.
That's your fucking. You talking about some serial killer shit? That's it.
I used to love Criminal Minds because they used to do like the whole thing where they used to like get into like the behavior of like the perp.
That's what they do in Mindhunter.
And I'm like, man, it's interesting.
But Mindhunter does it in like 4K.
So I be analyzing niggas. I'm like, you got some serial killer in him. You got some damn niggas. Yeah. According to Hotch. But yeah, man.
You should watch Mindhunter.
I will.
You'll like that.
Yeah, I don't got too much else for today, brother.
I watched the episodes are pretty long, but the cinematography's pretty good. I think that's actually what gets me. The writing is good too. What?
I'm not laughing at you. But that's something that was when Queen and Slim came out, and niggas didn't want to say the movie was garbage. They were just.
I was the first one to say it was garbage.
They were just saying like, but the cinematography though. Did you see how it was shot?
Queen and Slim was so.
Did you see how it was shot?
God, that was a trash movie.
But niggas didn't want to say it.
Nobody wanted to say it. I think people genuinely believe that it was hard.
For some reason, with black movies, with quote unquote black movies, we kind of changed the lower the bar, or not even lower the bar, but we just allow shit that shouldn't be allowed. I think.
I feel like average moviegoers, I feel like I kind of just throw them in like a little pit. It's just like, oh, you like this? Well, I know not to watch this. I saw Queen and Slim before. I didn't ask anybody about Queen and Slim. So, but if I had asked a certain criteria, I have friends who I specifically ask things just to see. Because normally if they say it's trash, it's probably good. And if it's good to them, it's probably trash.
I got like a couple people whose music, or not music, well, music too, but their television and movie taste, I take it to account. And like I said, I for me, there's just different things that I look for in a show and a movie. For me, the story has to be good and the characters have to be good, more so than what they look like. You feel what I'm saying? And sometimes when we get caught up in the type of the person's face that we see on the screen, we kind of like throw all the other shit out the window. Like, who gives the fuck if the story's good? Like, I do.
I definitely care.
When Coming to America came out, the Coming to America came out, and I was hurt, but you couldn't say nothing about it.
You know whose music taste I don't trust? Jamel.
I know you don't.
But you know what? Jamel has impeccable movie taste.
Jamel just thinks everything is mid, and then when I actually hear like what he likes, I'm like,
I feel it's like Jamel.
What? What? Everything is mid to him until I hear the shit that he likes, and I'm like,
yo, if we ever blow up and Jamel listens to these episodes, he just listens to how many episodes I just drag him through the mud.
Yeah, he called it straight for nothing.
I mean,
you know who has bad music taste?
Jamel.
Jamel texted on his phone right now. Who the fuck called?
He start getting tagged on Twitter. Be like, yo, why do I keep getting tagged on Twitter?
Eddie boy's cooking you, boy.
Yeah. I mean, find out I've been dragging through the mud for like 20 straight episodes.
But yeah, man. So I'm gonna watch the Without Remorse, and I'm gonna give my take on it. Anything else that you wanna?
Nah, I'm good.
I too am good. So we will go ahead and wrap up episode 52 of the Pencil Pushers Project. Excuse me. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for tuning in to today's episode. And if you are watching us on YouTube, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, with the subscription, if you can hit that bell and hit all to get notifications on when new episodes are posted, we greatly appreciate that. Also, in the description of not only the YouTube, but the Spotify and all other platforms, we'll have timestamps for the topics, as well as the link to our social medias to connect with us. And once again, we thank you all for listening. Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Don't buy a ghost gun.
Don't buy a ghost gun. And I will say, as long as it's legal, buy a ghost gun until Joe bans it. Until it's illegal. And God bless America.
I'm moving to Utah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. You all have a great weekend and a great week, and we'll see you next week. We're out of here.